Let's talk about people, continue a discussion about people here, and people before strategy. And you say that the customer can never be happier than your employee. And so in order to wow the customer, you wrote,
We wrote, Larry. You've been reading the books.
Okay,
and you
yeah.
could written this damn thing. I was going to give you a call. I said, you want your name in the dedication page? You write that damn people chapter. I'm going to New Zealand for the winter. You write that sucker. You stay in Connecticut and write that stuff, man.
And you said you were pretty proud of this statement here. You said that if you want to wow the customer, you've got to wow your employee first.
Yeah, if you want to wow the customer, first you must wow the person who wows the customer.
Right.
And it's kind of a cheap shot, corny sentence, but it's true. A guy who is a hospital CEO of some renown wrote a book, and the book was titled "The Patient Comes Second." And the point of the book was, if the patient is going to come first, then the people who serve the patient has to come more first. And, in today's world, all of you know, I'm sure, from doctor visits, the doctor is scored and evaluated on the number of living human beings he or she sees per hour. And they give you a glance and give you a diagnosis and give you a prescription and then throw you the hell out of the office. They're not doing that because they're bad docs. They're doing that because they're in a bad system. And the system fundamentally makes it incredibly difficult to put the patient first because we aren't putting the person who serves the patient even more first. And so, I think that's really the point about this. There's a guy who runs a big software company in India, and he titled his book that. He said, the upside down organization, put the customer first. And, way back when, Larry, in 1985, when I wrote my second book, A Passion for Excellence, if you looked at the book, you'd see an upside down organization chart. And the upside down organization chart we stole from the Nordstrom Corporation. And the Toys R Us's of the world are going out of business, and these people are going out of business, and those people are going out of business, and life is pretty much still solid as a rock for Nordstrom.
One idea that is expressed very clearly in the book is that it's employee first, not customer first, employee first. And we talked about that. The only way you're going to get happy customers is if you have a happy, functional, energized, empowered team of people to deliver that service to the customer. And it's the only way you can scale, right? If you're a contractor, for example, and you're a self-employed, it's just me, that's it. So I'm an artist, I do incredible work, I'm polite, I'm courteous, I clean up well, fine. But in order for me to grow and work on 2 houses a day, I've got to now build a team of people, and I've just entered the world of leadership and management. And that's a completely different world, as we know, we've talked about. So it's now, my attention should shift now to, it's about my people. It's about getting the best people in our hiring program. We identify the qualities of the ideal candidate that we want before we ever talk to anybody. And it's interesting, in the book, he talks about one company has the blackball vote. So if any one employee says, no, I don't feel good about this person, they don't hire them. And in our hiring program, we have hell yeah or no. That's it, hell yeah or no. But it's cultivating the best talent and then training. We talk about that in gobs, that training is not a necessary evil. It is a strategic opportunity. It's not defense, it's offense. So we need to train and develop our people to get them to work together. But there's intangibles here that are at work in every business. And we see some business owners continually struggle to assemble this team. And I thought a lot about that. Why is it? They might be doing the right technical things. They might be, okay, yeah, I'm hiring people in this way, and I'm putting them in this environment, and I'm giving them these KPIs and these goals, and I'm giving them this training, and yet they leave anyway. And why is that? And it's a bit of a mystery. Those of us that don't have any problem with it, we say, oh, well, that's not a problem, And then other entrepreneurs struggle with it. They have people leaving all the time. So that there's this invisible force here at work. And Tom, in your book, you have a term for it, and we've modified this term for a family show. It's called
stolen term from someone who used the term that can't be mentioned.
So we're going to call it give-a-dangism. And give-a-dangism is when the leader really cares about his people, right? Your intention is not to go to work to accomplish your personal goals and use your people as tools, as mere instruments for you to accomplish your goals. I pay you this much, you will do this. I will allocate work to you and you will do it. And these people get the idea that he's not here for me, he's here for himself. And when they find another opportunity or another leader that they feel more confident in, they leave. So this is an intangible force. And before I turn it back over to you, I want to read this really fantastic words here that are in the book that are from someone else. I forgot who that was from. So it says,
I steal from everybody, Larry.
Yes, you are excellence aggregator, Tom.
I'm an equal opportunity theft as well as thief.
So this is what it says. It says the first step is to measure what can easily be measured. This is okay as far as it goes. The second step is to disregard that which cannot be measured or give it an arbitrary quantitative value. This is artificial and misleading. The third step is to presume that what cannot be measured is not very important. This is blindness. The fourth step is to say what cannot be measured does not really exist. This is suicide.
Yes, and I think it goes back to several of those examples we were talking about earlier. It's not stuff that can be measured in the conventional ways, but it is the stuff that matters in the end. And there just isn't, I don't think there's any question about that. I wanted to, you read this in our earlier conversation that I wrote, and now I'm going to read it. Larry said something incredibly important, which you all know, and my apologies in that sense for the repetitiveness of it. Being superb at the thing that you learned to do is great, but when you become a leader, there's only one thing to be great at, and that is developing people. There's an old one-liner that they use in business: the worst person to promote to sales manager is the best salesperson, because he was probably a natural. And what we really need is people who struggle in some respects. But this is, I can't believe I wrote this, because I don't talk like this. It's not the way engineers talk. But I did. And I said, managing is the pinnacle of human achievement, which is a real mouthful. The greatest life opportunity one can have. Mid to long-term success is no more and no less than a function of one's dedication to and effectiveness at helping team members grow and flourish as individuals and as contributing members to an energetic, self-renewing organization dedicated to the relentless pursuit of excellence. I used that for the first time when I was talking to a healthcare group. And I did it totally purposefully, because I'm a brat and I wanted to see how many doctors I could piss off. And what I said, which I believe is over the course of a lifetime, a manager can transform more lives than a heart surgeon can change in the course of her or his career. Literally, as a leader, a first-line leader, as the boss of a company with 15 or 20 or 50 or 8 employees, you have the opportunity every single day to transform lives, to leave people better off than they were when the morning came. And I'm, as I said, the Presbyterian Church hasn't seen a hell of a lot of me. And I never thought about going to theology school. But I've thought an awful lot about leadership. And leadership is about one thing: helping people grow, get better, and do fabulous work. And that is your legacy. Your legacy is not that you are the best damned electrician who ever walked the face of the earth or lived in the great state of Connecticut. It is that company that you have with 7 or 27 people. And the wonderful thing is, the best 5 leave you and start their own companies. And that's what the hell you remember, right? You're pissed at the time. But 20 years later, when you look back, you say, oh my God, I remember Joe. He was so fabulous. He left and he started the greatest dance. That's what you remember. I doubt that there are any other 75-year-olds in this room. I win the prize. That's what the hell you remember when you get older, the people you helped. And the wonderful news, and I know I'm repeating myself, it is also the best way to grow a business and make money, is by excited people who are growing and serving the customers in ways that are absolutely shocking. A while ago, I was doing some of my Twitter thing, and there was some kid who kept getting off on Elon Musk. I haven't got any problems with Elon Musk. And he said, Elon Musk is changing the world. And I said, I like Elon Musk. I like and admire him almost as much as I admire a really great second-grade teacher who goes into the classroom with 19 or 23 or 11 kids. And my mom put me through, we had an inexpensive private school. We had no money when I was a kid. She put me through private school by teaching the 5th grade. She was a pistol. When she died at the age of 95, I will never forget the memorial service. And the memorial service, the part that I remember, was 55-year-old guys coming up to me and saying, my 1 year with your mother in the 5th grade at Pasadena Elementary School, which is about 20 miles north of Annapolis, was the most formative year of my life. My mother outranks Elon Musk. And I said, the other person that she comes, that comes in ahead of Musk is that doctor who, despite all the pressure, works 10 hours a week in a free clinic somewhere. I mean, that's what life is about. And that's the things we remember as leaders. And again, on the technical side, if you're doing all that kind of stuff right and you're all reasonable in the hiring process, you are going to get the technical part really, really right as well. And particularly you're going to get it well because people on your team are going to be helping each other out.